Amazing. We are here, and this is indeed a wonderful day.
Yes,
Financial
it is.
fitness is a segment that we are beginning. Today is the very launch, it's the very first episode of our financial fitness program that we are going to be running each and every single Monday. And today we are talking about money management. And I think it's one of those very difficult things to do, but also very easy if at all we have intentionality. Those are the words of our amazing guest, Coach Elizabeth. And you see, there's even a quote that she has here on her book, and we'll talk about it in details. But it says, sometimes it is not about the money, but rather the process of managing it. This is what we are all about when it comes to financial fitness. This is something that each and every person needs to hear. So if you are watching us, please take out your notebook, take out your pen, grab some coffee or some tea, and let us just be educated and be informed this very day. And without much further ado, even before I invite my guests, I would just love to hear from Gigi, being our very first episode. How do you feel about financial fitness, this amazing segment that our amazing producer Yuna has, brought to the table?
Number one, I think it is very timely.
Yes.
Even as we were discussing about Gen Zs and everything, they were forcing the government to live within its means. And we were saying that it's not just the government, but also at an individual level, we ought to live within our means, so that whatever small that you are getting, you are able to subdivide it into parts, and amounts that can go a long way in helping you and also your life. So I'm looking forward to matters finances, financial fitness, because I also want to be as fit as they come when it comes to matters finances, because I don't want my life to change. We were discussing off and so many things changes when it comes to matters finances. So for me, it's also not before the guest speaks to the viewer, she will be speaking to me personally.
All right.
So looking forward to this amazing conversation.
Yes.
And so right about now, allow us to welcome our guest. She is an author as well, Elizabeth Waithaka. Such an honor to have you this morning, Elizabeth. Karibu sana to Hope TV.
Thank you so much.
You're well?
I'm so honored to be here.
Karibu sana.
Thank you so much for having me. And as you have said, my name is Elizabeth. I am actually a money coach.
Money coach.
A money coach.
Yeah.
You know, we know many coaches.
Yeah.
You have met swimming coaches,
football coaches,
but who met a money coach?
Yeah.
So here the money coach.
So money coach means
I help people with their personal finances. I work with you. I have taken, my area is finance. But I've taken I felt God, it's a calling that by the way I'm answering.
Yes.
As I was doing finances, and I wanted to be a finance manager in an organization. I wanted to manage finances for Hope TV or those other organizations.
Yes.
But in that space, I felt God is calling me to personal finances. The money that is in your pocket, the money that is in your bank account or the lack of it, to walk with you the journey of personal finance management. It is in the will and the purposes of God for all of us to live in abundance. And we cannot leave finances out.
Yes.
So that is the space I address. Yes.
And you did mention that, we know about all these other titles. We know doctors and lawyers, using your exact words. But when it comes to financial advisors, we don't really see the significance and the importance. But maybe you can touch on it and why you feel people should really change their perspectives.
Oh, yes. The situation that is on the ground. And we have seen that with our own relatives, our friends. I think we have seen those stories. They are no longer even hushed stories. They are stories that in the public domain of our brothers and sisters who are working outside there in the diaspora or wherever. But because the financial advisor is one of the professionals who are highly underutilized. So they rely on their relatives, they rely on their friends to help them invest, I think. And then somebody takes a photo, we are buying this land for you, we are building this house, only for them to come home and find that nothing like that happened, Had you used the services of a finance advisor and you have a professional relationship, even you have a fallback, But when it comes to your relatives, where would what are you what fallback do you have against your own parent, against your own brother or sister? So we should appreciate the services of a finance advisor as a professional who walks with you the journey step by step. The journey of personal finances is a long journey, and so many of us, I don't know about you people, but for me, where I grew up and in my generation, the money subject has just been silent. We were taught many things, like how to look, like for us, where I grew up, you had to wake up and go to Sunday school as a child. As girls, we were taught how to behave, how to sit, how not to sit, many things. But who said anything about money? It's been a silent subject. Nobody says nothing. So the capacity to handle our personal finances as individuals, even in the organizational level, and let me say even at a country level, at the economy level, that subject, the capacity is just not there.
Could it be the problem? The reason why we are facing the current money problems in our country, even?
Let me say, Gigi. Because of that silence, my Bible tells me, train up a child in the way they should go. And even when they are old, they will not depart from it. As we are taught how to look for God, we are always in charge because the Bible is true. So even in our economy, because the money subject has been silent, our relationship with money, I and you, even sometimes the leadership, who told them about money? So I can say it has a very big trajectory on how we are handling finances at the organizational level, at the family level, at the individual level. We need to build capacity for personal finance management.
Let's start our conversation also in as far as money management is concerned. When we talk of financial fitness, to being financially fit, what does it entail? So that you come and say, as Elizabeth, you are the money coach and financial coach and everything. You come and say, you know what, I think Beatrice, financially, you are fit. What does it entail?
It entails many things. And let me say with personal finances, we don't have a hit and run. And there's some conversations that are going loud, like it's a miracle that happens one day and you wake up and you find yourself, I'm good. Being financially fit is a journey of being able to handle your debt. Like you're not sinking in debt. And I can tell you in the times that we are living in, debt is even a mental health issue. Because there's a big thing.
True.
Because again, we don't have capacity. They have put the money in the rectangular gadgets. You just finger a few buttons and you have the money. So financially fit is being able to handle debt responsibly. Be able to live within your means. Making the money work for you so that it's not only your hands that are working for your money. Money is a faithful servant. It's only bad when it becomes a master. But as a first servant, money is perfect. So financially fit is being able to employ your money to work for you. Is being able to maintain the lifestyle that you can manage. Is being able to meet your needs. Is being able to differentiate your needs from your wants, which is a very big thing. Some of the things that are driving our people so deep into debt, they actually wants. But because nobody told us, we don't know where to draw the line between a need and a want. So financial fitness entails a number of things, but around personal finances. Being able to honor your obligations, being able to pay your rent on time, being able to pay your school fees, children's school fees, having different streams of income. Financial fitness, it's a whole conversation.
Wow. And I'm so glad, we have begun this segment because it's quite a lot that we can learn. And from your book here, Personal Money Nuggets Workbook, I see here money management is the foundation of all wealth building blocks. What does that statement mean?
Money management. Wealth is as a result of how you manage your personal finances. There is no much money, neither is there little money. Many people feel my money is
salary.
My grandpa used to say exactly that in Kikuyu now.
I wish I can say it.
Yeah.
Yes.
We have seen cases of people we know who won jackpots, and within no time, they are even worse from how they were before they won those jackpots. And let me say here, winning is not a way of making money.
It's good to clarify.
Oh, yes. It's not among the principles. My Bible in the book of Proverbs, 13:11. This says dishonest money dwindles away. But the most important part of that fast for this conversation is he who gathers their money little by little. My Bible is clear, little. It uses the word little by little. So it's not about the amount of money.
That's true.
That little money of yours, little, because I'm sure if we are to be as all of us in this room, my money is the most little, even for the money coach here.
Yes.
So it's never about the amount. But you cannot build wealth unless you are able to manage your personal finances. So the building blocks of wealth management, of creating wealth, and I've said, and it is not me who have said, it's my Bible, it's God through His Word. That He wants us to live in abundance as His children. And wealth is part of that abundance. But you cannot get there unless you're able to manage your personal finances. Yes.
There's something you have mentioned as we began this conversation, and you were talking about, and you see, it sounds so clear and so obvious that financial fitness is being able to meet your financial obligations, paying your rent, paying school fees for everything, and debt. But then again, how do we do these things so that, again, they do not become a burden? You get?
So that they don't become a burden.
Yes.
Of course, when I think about my landlord, that I'm paying my rent every end of the month, when I get into the bus or I go to the petrol station and I want to fuel my car, it's always a burden. But now we want to be able to manage that burden because many of us are clambering, especially with the economic times that we are living in, the issues that we are seeing, the obvious issues that are out there in the media or in everywhere in the country. It's always a burden, but being able to manage that burden, to work with that burden, so that it does not become something that is impeding your progress or your life. Conversations around money or challenges around money are a leading cause of mental health issues in employees, in families. Actually, this research shows, and I think I'm saying it in my mother tongue, that conflicts around personal finances, conflicts around money are a leading cause of divorce in the world. So we want to manage this money, or we want to manage these burdens in a way that we are able to move on, in the way that money does not become the focus. There's somebody who was training us another time and was telling us, being able to manage your money will help you differentiate between a job and work. A job, you go to a job just to be able to meet your bills. You go to the job for money. But you work because that is what God has called you to do. It's good to differentiate the two. So when we are able to manage our personal finances, we are able to focus more on work, what God has called me, what God has called you to do, and that way we make this world better, rather than focusing on a job for the purpose of meeting our needs. Just for that reason, just going to work every morning so that you can meet your job, your needs.
And on page 97, I see an interesting thing that relates to what you've just mentioned, the 50-30-20 budgeting rule. Let's talk about budgeting and the 50-30-20 budgeting rule. Please describe what this is and why is it important for us to inculcate it when we are, managing our finances.
I hope our viewers do not run away when we mention the word budget. They remain good because people sometimes can fear budgets. But again, it boils down to what we were not told. Had we been told you can budget for if you tell your child, you can budget for that toy that you want. And you make it a conversation at home. The child will know that I always budget for my money. But for us, where we are, who taught us about budget? But let me talk about budgeting as a way of managing our personal finances. And as a very big, pillar of personal finance management. The 50-30-20 rule. It's actually the rule of thumb when it comes to budgeting. 50-30-20. And people, when we say that, people are thinking, oh, is it manageable? I can confirm here as a finance advisor, as a money coach, that it is possible. And it gives you freedom even to enjoy the things that you like. People look at budgeting as something that is limiting.
Very constraining.
Oh, yes. Let me dispel that this morning. Budgeting is a tool. If you're able to embrace it, that gives you freedom, even to enjoy your money. When we say 50-30-20, we mean that at least 50% of your person, it's actually a way of helping you live within your means. 50% of your income should be enough for your needs. Needs are things that you cannot do without. Your food, your shelter, your clothing, and it's not those clothing, your school fees, healthcare. Actually, needs are only 5. They're only 5. 50%. If your needs are more than 50%, just know that you are living beyond your means. You know, it helps you know where are you. 30% should be enough for your wants, your entertainment, the gym, the donations that we do. Many of us are village heroes. Those are us who come from the village. So when there are problems there, they know their girl is Nairobi. Is in Nairobi, so they'll call me, and Nairobi is near the central bank.
Hallelujah.
But it should fit within the that. If you are giving beyond the that, your gym, your entertainment, that is, you are living beyond your means. These are that 20. Should be your savings for debt management, for investment. And let me tell you, if you're able to do that, even don't bother. And actually with personal finances, we don't talk about perfection. We always talk about consistency. It is not perfection that brings the difference. It is consistency. If you're just able to do this 20% every month, I can tell you, you start today. Next year, a time like this, depending on what to do with this 20%, you'll be in a better place. I've met people as a money coach, and I can tell you I get into people's finances a lot. People who have made real wealth, and they don't do anything corrupt, and they don't steal anybody's money, and they get their money in a legit way, just by being able to make this 20% work for you. Money is a faithful servant. And you can only be able to have that 20%. You can be able to have this servant working for you if you're able to follow the 50-30-20 budgeting rule. Of course, there are 2 others that maybe we can mention here or another session that you can help you put order in your money. Actually, that's the word, putting order in your money, so that you can enjoy a lifetime of financial well-being as it is in the will and the purposes of God for us.
Wow.
I know that you mentioned before we mentioned the others. This one is the basic 50-30-20, and you mentioned money working for you. So for this 20% to work for me, you have mentioned one thing which is important: consistency. What else should I consider so that now money can start working for me? And then so that when I give you now access to my finances, you will give an account that indeed Gigi was able to build all these vast, that is prophecy speaking, vast wealth without being corrupt.
Now, what you do with this 20% makes a whole difference. And 20% is the basic. Maybe Gigi, where you are in your life, and where I am, you're in 2 different spaces. Maybe you are able to overturn that formula and do that. Because maybe your children are small. So with this 20%, apart from the consistency, you also need to be able to employ it. Because you cannot tell money to work for you and you're not employing it. So where do you employ it? That's when now you start investing. Slowly but surely. Just a step. Do not underestimate. That's a good step that you can take. Starting an investment plan. Like, where do you start? making this money work for you? Where do you start employing it? Do you have even a money market fund, for example? Because that is the most basic starting point. A money market fund. And you can start a money market fund with any amount. And other people saying that, or as money coaches saying that your money working even when you are sleeping. It is possible. Like in a money market, overnight when you are sleeping, it's making some interest. And that's a basic starting point for everyone. Each of us here and all our viewers and those who I found working out there and their studies have met there, everybody should have at least a money market fund. And the journey starts there. The journey of step by step. And that is just a starting point. The journey is wrong.
Wow. And maybe you can talk about other investment platforms. You know, I've heard of treasury bills and bonds. Maybe just define some of them that people can also explore.
Yes. I've talked about a money market and I've said it is basic. And each of us, everybody should have at least a money market fund account. It's a short-term investment plan. And you can start it with any amount. You can save whatever you want anytime. And your money bears interest. Okay, we have got treasury bills, and we have got short-term, mid-term, long-term plans. It looks like a whole, a whole journey. Of course, it's a whole journey. Okay. So we've got money market as a short-term. We've got treasury bills. Treasury bills is where you invest in the government. Okay, lending your money to the government or to corporates to do certain projects, and then they'll give you your money back with interest, making your money work for you. And it is accessible. The only difference is that you need at least Kenya shillings 50,000 for you to start to start treasury bills or treasury bonds. I'm talking about treasury bills because I'm talking the short term. Short term examples, the best examples of short term places that you can put your savings is the money market and the treasury bills. When it comes to the bonds, and I hope it is not sounding like a vocabulary, that becomes something that will stay at least for 3 years. But treasury bills, we have got 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. You've got your money back. And you're giving it to the government. And I can tell you the most secure place to put your money is with the government. The government has been here for many, many years. As much as we have been having challenges, our government has not collapsed. So it is the most stable place that you can invest. And that is in the form of treasury bills or even corporate. There are some corporates that issue those bills to raise capital in the short term.
Wow.
Yeah, those are short term. I don't know if I can talk about the midterm.
Yes.
You've got options for the midterm. Midterm means short term is 1 year and below. Midterm means it is 1 year and above, something you are willing to hold for 1 year and above. Okay, and we have got shares. We've got bonds. And by the way, you don't have to go to the Nairobi Securities Exchange for you to buy shares because, again, that is another myth. You can start an equity fund. Equity means shares. And many people never get to get this information. You can start an equity fund in terms of you'll be able to walk that journey slowly by slowly for you to get to the place where you can afford to buy more shares and you get dividend. So I've talked about boards. I've talked about the circle, for example. Each of us, oh God, I think we should talk about the circle in its own. Each of us should be in a circle, okay? To be able to enjoy the core business of a circle. Circle means savings and credit. So that you are able to save, and borrow. Because again, the need for a loan is real in life. One time or another. Well, if you have not gotten the need for a loan today, it will come. And for us to be able to, to reduce on our use of the mobile loan apps, which I'm not saying, which are, for you to do something significant, you need a more friendly loan. A circle is a savings investment option that you need to hold for at least 3 to 5 years. You've got things called like Masa X. You've got things like treasury bills, balance fund. All those things are things you can hold within 3 to 5 years. And they make your money work for you. I know I'm just passing through. We've got long term. things that you can do in the long term. 10 years and above, like when you start a business, that's a long-term investment. You don't intend to start a business and close it in 5 years.
No.
You need to hold it in the long term. You've got investment in the insurance industry, making your money work for you. Long-term plans. Nowadays we have got a lot of nice investment options. REITs, real estate investment trusts. It's an emerging issue in Kenya, and it's a legit way of making your money work for you. So I think that is something we would want to go step by step, that people are able to choose between short term,
midterm,
and by there you don't choose.
Yeah.
It is like a balanced diet. When you're eating your food, you need proteins, you need vitamins, you need carbohydrates. And after that, you take some water. If you don't do that for a month, your body will start showing. So even in your personal finances, for those people who keep asking, between a money market fund and a SACC, which one is better? It's like asking between ugali and boga, which is better?
None without the other.
You need all of them. That's why we are saying it's a journey of step by step.
For purposes of someone who is watching and they would like to gauge themselves and where they are, what are some of the key indicators of a good money management?
Key indicators. Like we said, being able to meet your obligations, being able to manage your loans, being able to make many times the month is longer than the money.
No sooner have you received
than.
Yes.
We want the money to last longer than the month. You know, those are good indicators. Being able to manage, especially debt, in a responsible way. Being able to manage your money. I mean, many of us are married, and we have married everything else except
money.
The money. Are you able to have that conversation with your spouse around money? You know, and if you're able to talk about money as a family, there are so many other things that we'll be able to talk about, and we cannot talk about money. I can tell you, in that marriage, there are so many other things that we are not be able to talk about. So being able to have that conversation with your spouse, being able to manage your money, being able to live within a budget, you know, those are some of the key indicators. Being financially fit, being able to notice, like when we are, and I did not say that I teach children about money. It is actually children who called me a money coach. They say they have met all coaches except a money coach. When we are learning with the children, we always say, for you to be financially fit, you need wise eyes to be able to notice bargains that helps you that helps you save money. You need to have wise ears or open ears to listen so that you can hear the advice of people who are more experienced than you in terms of money. You need to have fleet feet. Now I'm teaching the way we learn with the children. I'm talking about what we learn with the children. To walk the long journey of savings. Because again, it's not a ding. It's not a hit and run solution. It's a journey of consistency, of discipline, of persistence, of focus. So those are some of the things. Fleet feet. Strong hands to be able to hold on to your savings without saving today. By the way, I've met that a lot as a money coach. That have saved for 3 months. Then something arises. Because I was saving without a goal again. All my savings have gone where I had not planned. Because you do not have a plan for your money. You know? So having a personal finance plan, saving for this particular goal. I want to buy a car in 3 years. So the minute you break that, because other pressures of life have come, and there are limited needs, actually needs are limited. So when you know that I'm saving for a car for 3 years, when you distract that money to something else, unajua miguu ya hiyo gari umekula. Because you are saving with a purpose. True. If you are saving for a house and you have gotten into other things, you know that now you have eaten the door of the house.
Yeah.
You know?
That's good. Having a goal, setting a goal even
don't
for
just
your
save for the
savings,
sake of
not
saving.
for the
Oh
sake
yes.
of.
When you save for the sake of saving, you will actually break it. You will break that discipline.
That's true.
Yeah. But when you save with a goal,
Yeah.
you're able to focus.
Yeah. And there's a statement you've said here about paying yourself first. That's a very, critical point to actually look at. And in fact, you said, why is paying yourself first so powerful? In fact, that's the question. Why is it so powerful and why do we need to do it?
Paying yourself first. I think we should have a session for that.
It's a whole topic.
It's a whole topic. Being able to pay yourself so that we don't live that life always working for other people. And I've met people when the years have gone and they are wondering, where did my money go? I was working all those years. I was not misusing my money. I have not been irresponsible, but I'm not seeing where my money went because I did not realize that that concept of paying myself first before paying everybody else. As you are reading, it says paying yourself first is so important or so powerful because it saves you from yourself. Can you imagine saving yourself from yourself? Yeah. Paying yourself first means before you pay everybody else, before I pay my road and I fuel my car and I finance my phone and I do the village work, because again I said personally I'm a village hero.
Yes.
And I know I represent many.
Yes.
Before I do anything else, can I set aside a portion like the 20% we talked about? And by there, don't start with 20%. Start even with 3% and keep growing. Can I first set that 20% away for Elizabeth? It is Elizabeth who went to work every day. How comes that when the money comes, I've got money for everybody else,
not for yourself,
except for this person who went to work every day? You know? So that's what, it's a whole topic, but that is what paying yourself first means. And if you're able to do that, just set away, because needs are unlimited. If your salary is 100%, of course, after you have removed money for Jesus, I'm a money coach for children, so we call it money for Jesus. So what remains 100%, if you subject yourself to 100%, I can tell you for sure, you'll end up spending 130. Because needs are unlimited, because things will come up that you did not foresee.
That's true.
So by being able to set away a little percentage, now whatever remains, now you can do whatever else that comes up. You can pay your bills. You can know where you are falling short. That is what paying yourself first means. And if you're able to do it consistently, next year, time like this, you'll not be where you are with your personal finances. You'll be able to address that debt better. You'll be able to address your issues better. You'll be able to grow your money. You'll be able to make your money work for you. You'll be able to start investing little by little, as the Bible says.
Wow. That's really powerful.
Time is much gone, but allow me to ask this question of debt, because debt is bringing and wreaking havoc in families, individually, marriages, families. Is debt bad?
Wow. Is debt bad? Let me say, debt is not bad. Okay?
Yes.
If only it is used in the right way. Okay? The biggest millionaires and billionaires in the world are made through debt. Okay? Most likely this house, I don't know, was built through debt. But we need to use debt in a responsible way. That's why we are having a lot of bad debt. Based on that fact that debt is not actually bad. But because, again, of the lack of capacity for personal finance, lack of information. Information is power, knowledge is power. But we don't have this knowledge. That's why we find ourselves using debt in the wrong way. And as we are saying, it's a major cause of mental health issues, especially in these times. Employees come to work, but because they are being harassed out there because of the bad debt, okay? because of debt that we took for consumption. And research have shown that most of those debts, they are for consumption. Yeah, they are not for building. They don't bring money back. When I build this house, it's likely to give me a lot of value back. That's good debt.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bad debt that was taken for consumption because of accessibility and lack of capacity. So employees, for example, come to work with a lot of stress from out there, from the loans. Because they are bad loans. And they are running after you. Oh God, they will not let you sleep. And they will call your relatives and your friends. So I come to work stressed. I become less productive because I've got other stressors. Okay? But debt in the families, it causes havoc. Because one spouse took some loan and they did not inform the other spouse. So when the negative effect of that comes hitting back, or one spouse maybe loses a job, loses an income, there was a debt that the other spouse maybe did not know, did not approve, or that was not used productively. What happens to that family? You know, it becomes a lot of problems. Even for our young people. Oh God, we have lost a lot of even lives because of the stress. It's a space that needs a lot of capacity, that needs a lot of, and out of intervention.
That is true. And that's a topic on its own again. I mean, I'm feeling we have so many mini topics that are coming out of this that need to be given a whole show, even debt management. But we're about to wrap up. But maybe let us know what would be your final remarks, that last word that you'd love people to get.
Okay. I would say it is in the will and the purposes of God for all of us to enjoy abundance. God wants us to enjoy that money. And we are his children. And as a parent, you don't give your child something that will harm them. Okay? So we need to build a lot of capacity at the organizational level, even at the church level. And especially for the children. Can we start down there? And let me tell our viewers, maybe you may be somewhere, maybe you may be feeling like your situation is so bad, but it is possible. You just need to start taking a step-by-step journey. Look for the financial advisor who is near you. Let them walk that journey with you. Have a session. And by the way, we are affordable. Even some of the services we offer, we actually don't even charge. Okay? It is possible. Those are my last remarks. It is possible for you to rise above debt. It is possible for you to put order in your money. It's possible for you to enjoy a lifetime of financial well-being. But above all, God is the owner of all these things. So you are not able to move unless you have a relationship with God.
Amen.
Wow.
Amen. Elizabeth,
beautiful.
Thank you so very much. Profound message this morning that it's possible, and God cannot give you something that is aimed at harming you as well. So he's giving you these finances so that your life can become bearable and you can be able to navigate this thing called life. Thank you so much. I believe and I can bet that this is not the last time we are having you. Based on the knowledge and the wisdom that you have imparted, that you have given us this morning, I can tell you for sure, we will have you back
once
right
again.
There. Yes,
And maybe you can tell us how people can find you, how people can get your books, you know, if people need some financial advice as well.
Yes, I am actually an author, a trainer, and I'm called by God to help people with their personal finances. And I don't just train, I don't just coach. I also provide people with the tools for personal finance management. Some of them are my books, and I'm also a children's writer. I've written books for children from 5 years of age around personal finances. I also train in organizations. You can find me online in my company. I work with Atik Africa. Atik Africa is www.atikafrica.com. Atik is ATTIQUE. You can reach out to us from there. But otherwise, you can also call me. You can find me.
Oh, beautiful. This has been so refreshing.
Awesome. Yes.
Very refreshing, very interesting.
Learning.
and we've gotten to really learn a lot. And thank you so much, Coach Elizabeth Waithaka, for coming through, for honoring this invitation. We know that we're gonna, as Gigi here has mentioned, we have more topics to discuss, and we'll definitely reach out to you. So thank you for allowing the Lord to use you in this area.
Thank you so much.
All right.
For having me.
All right.
Most
thank you also for accepting that invitation, and thank you for choosing to tune into the show this morning. I know you are now a better person in as far as money management is concerned, and this we'll be doing every Monday, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. We will be having this financial fitness segment, and this is to help each and every one of us in this journey of business, money matters, finances, investments, and that is why we have financial fitness segment. So thank you so very much. God willing, we do this again, same time, same place. From me, George Gishoro, it's a blessed and a fruitful day ahead.
All right, beautiful. And my name is Beatrice Nudi. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the feedback. Thank you for being part of this wonderful show. So we will be doing this each and every single Monday. But tomorrow we're going to be having one day at a time. Wacha tuseme kwaheri, tutaonana kesho.
Aya, I'm not go TV stream.